This is episode 30, and I think this is on approach. Yes!
63, climb maintain 13 down.
13,000, tempo 63.
63, contact the New York Center 128.3.
28, ready, tempo 63, good day. Hello, Captain.
On Approach is a weekly flight sim and aviation enthusiast podcast covering the week's top user-submitted stories and news on the skylounge.tv. We got through it. Yay! You know, sometimes it just gets so late in the night that... Aerosoft to Airbus 2018 pricing revealed. So we have some information from the Aerosoft team regarding the Airbus. Looks like individually, when the 320 and 321 and then the 318 and 319 get released, they'll be going for €40 individually. Not bad at all actually. And they did say that there will be a discount for people that owned the prior version.
If you own the Airbus X and then you bought the Airbus, whatever they call it,
right?
Are you getting this for free because you paid twice already for the same bloody code?
Yeah, you have.
Basically, not bad.
But then again, if it's 20 euros, that's not too bad. I'm quite happy paying 20 euros.
That's the closest thing I've seen to a subscription model for an aircraft.
Just
so
about,
far.
right? Because it keeps on giving. So Aerosoft has actually been really good in this whole transition into V4 and taking care of their customers. That they've made that statement that like we're not going to make you pay full price for things that we've already built, that we're just simply going to do a little update on. You know, it says, please keep in mind these are not new installers to install the old product in the new sims to make them compatible. These are all very much updated to the latest ideas and technology. So this is the new line of A320 and 321. They're not updates. They're the 2018 edition, which is a completely new release.
Right. So if they recoded most of the things, then that's worth it. Totally. I agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
So updates from the current Airbuses will be €16 plus VAT when applicable. A note on that, as you know, we never charge customers for files they already paid for. So if an update contains 50% new files, you only pay for those new files and get a 50% discount. In the case of the A320, the new product actually contains more than 60% new files. Yet, we decided to charge much less. This is done because we value the customers who have been using these products for such a long time. That is solid. I also love number 5. All these products will release this year and really small CRJ first. Let's ask the Magic 8-Ball, shall we? Will this happen in 2018? The CRJ will be released. Cannot predict now. Well, it looks like the Magic 8-Ball must have been given to me by Aerosoft. As it can't.
Even the 8-ball doesn't know.
Even the 8-ball doesn't know, man. We're just gonna have to keep waiting. The A330 will follow, so that's exciting. We'll see the CRJ, the new 318, 319, the new 320, 321, and then also the new 330, all within within this year. It says all these will release this year. So we've got August, September, October, November, December, 5 months. Happening?
Did you know the 330 we've been waiting for? It was planned to be released in 2013, if I remember correctly.
Good Lord.
That's a long ass time ago. Okay, I'm totally fine with the fact that they want to do it right.
Yes.
Right?
I love doing it
ages.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Do it right, but still,
but
it took ages.
The problem is they started it back then, and you know they said it was going to release 2013, and then version 3.0 come out of P3D and had to redo it again. Now at 64, they've had to scrap it and start all over again and do it in 64-bit.
Yeah. Well, start over again is a big word, but yeah, I think most of the code has been rewritten on the 320 because I guess they figured where they needed to put their energy on.
Systems
But now,
Systems got a massive overhaul for the Airbus series.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen some of the demos, and the systems got a lot of love. They're setting sight on the FS Labs. I mean, that's the target, right? FS Labs came out, and they came out system strong, very much on Pmdg level, but their textures, in some cases, left something to be desired. In my personal opinion, they lacked some soul. They were crisp, they were clean, but they lacked some soul. And you can't describe soul. They lacked something to make it feel like you're in this thing. Airbus always did a pretty decent job at that, but the current series of Airbus that we had in V3, they showed the age. Like the VC textures, they weren't there 100%. Like they showed the age. The samples that they've shown of this new product line are solid, man. We're talking gorgeous textures, and I'm not a systems guy myself pretty heavily, but from what I hear, the systems are, very, very strong. So
yeah, I'll fly the hell of the 330. I'll fly it all day and night. I've been waiting for that plane for over 10 years now. Nothing good came out, so that's.
What do you like about the 330?
The size of it. It's like it's massive. It flies literally nearly everywhere. I love the shape of it. I like how it flies, how it handles. It's a beautiful plane. Air Canada has some.
All I need to say though is, but it's still an Airbus.
Oh yeah, it's still Basically, it is. Yeah.
That,
so there's nothing wrong with it though.
Bucky doesn't like the Airbus.
I got nothing wrong. I got no issues with the Airbus. But it is button up, button down, isn't it? Really, come on, it's so.
That's fun though.
Computer. I mean, you program the box and off you go. You don't do anything. You sit there, watch the world go by.
I get a lot of stress from my Boeings, man. I get a lot of stress. There's a lot of stress. That stress didn't exist in my Airbus.
Yeah, but that means you're getting tested and you're really trying to fly something.
Yeah. Yes.
And you're still flying the 737. You're still flying the 737, so you must be liking something into it.
I am liking it. You know what I like about the 73, bro? It's like a lowrider, man. That nose sits like this. It's like, okay, I can imagine myself sitting in there like this. Or more like this.
Right. Yeah, I get you.
It just has a nice wheels. Yeah, it just has a nice stance, man. Like that's such a nice plane. And I think in a similar fashion, because I only do shorter hauls and I know you do longer hauls, to me, the 7.3 flies everywhere. Like the 7.3 is like, it's perfect, man. It's my perfect 40-minute commute somewhere. I slowly transitioned out of the Airbus. I hope it doesn't lose the draw to the newcomers into commercial. Because it was a beautiful path to learn the Airbus first and to transition slowly into the Boeings. Because the flow was perfect, man. You got to learn what the FMC usage was like, and some of the things carried over just enough, and you were all of a sudden not scared of the box. And so transitioning into the Boeing was actually made incredibly easy. Thank you to Aerosoft, because, full disclosure here, Aerosoft provided my Airbus. Aerosoft provided my Airbus. FSFX packages provided my immersion package. That was the draw, right? Like that was my motivation. Edson is going to jump from GAs into commercial stuff. It was that. It was the Airbus first. I hope it doesn't lose that magical appeal that it has of being easy, because I think that button up and button down has a place. Drzewiecki design New York Airport's V2X. This story posted by S. Simmons 1958. So this is Drzewiecki Designs offering the multiple airport package for V4. This is amazing looking. It includes multiple airports. You've got JFK, LaGuardia, and Teterboro, all in one package. Let's have a peek at their site. The photographs are just amazing. I mean, this is incredible.
Does this come with a new LaGuardia?
Yes, this is the new. That terminal you're seeing right here, that is not on the moon. That is on our Earth. And it is so beautiful. I mean, it's crazy, right? Because it looks like it would be a small structure, but look at the size of the aircraft.
Yeah.
They're miniature for how big this terminal is. It's incredible. Look at
so
that.
Beautiful. So beautiful.
Absolutely.
How does that compare to FS Dream Team's JFK?
So I went with the one, and I don't remember which one it was, but one of them had the TWA logo on the old building, correct. The other, the font was completely off. And because I'm a retro nerd, I went with the one that had it correct. And I can't tell you off the top of my head right now which one that is, but one of them. So if you care about stupid little shit like that, look up YouTube videos and look at all the photographs and find the one photograph that's going to show you the TWA building on both.
I know someone. I know someone that probably with the same mind as you. You should ask Dane Flats which one.
Mr. Dane Flats. Yes, indeed.
He uses the right one.
He would definitely know.
Yeah,
he would definitely. He would use the same criteria. Sky 5 Dane Flats. He would use the same criteria. That's my man.
It's a bit frustrating where they offer them in clutches of 3 if you've already got JFK and you're happy with it. I mean, you're buying something you don't need then.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Oh.
Beautiful.
What's the performance like? Have you tried it yet?
Anything Drzewiecki is great. Their stuff is all great, man.
Yes. Resolution on the ground, it's like satellite images. It's a bit low, but
a little bit on the low end side there.
FS Dream Team is not better than that anyway. You still have the same thing. I guess it's still optimized for V3, not V4.
That ground texture is very good. What the heck? Look at how crisp that is.
It is, but if you zoom out, you see the broader like tint.
What's with the default jetways?
That's not default jetways.
Looks like a default jetway to me.
Okay, so it looks like some of these surfaces have been redone for InSim, but then others, like you say, are just kind of like.
Well, they all have textures on them.
Yeah.
They all have textures on them, but the satellite images that lies under that detail, I guess, is very low resolution.
Yeah, I think all that spotting really gives an impression of lower resolution. I almost feel like if it were cleaned up, that wouldn't have that effect.
Or just take higher resolution pictures, but in a world where V3 and FSX still exist, you can't do that.
Yeah. That's like some of the surrounding area as well. Look at that.
Oh, that's winter.
Damn. There's a ramp coming off. Oh, wow.
LaGuardia, yeah.
Dang.
When you think about it, you know, you're in the $20 club with 3 decent airports.
That's insane.
$20 club?
Yeah.
Really?
To work, and then, you know,
We're about to find out. $20 club indeed. Look at that. Oh, it's the bestseller! It's the bestseller! Yay!
He got the 1,
market.
the 2, and the 5. He got the 1, the 2, the 5.
Yeah, you called that one, Mr. B. Look at that. $20 club, man.
3 airports.
Sky 5?
Absolutely.
Sky 5.
Sky 5 on
10.
this one, man. This is
Sky 10.
This is killer.
I was actually going to say I do have the New York City pack for X-Plane, but it doesn't have the new terminal.
It's going to come at some point. Has to.
Yeah.
At which airport?
It's the same pack. It's the same pack. You get the JFK, LaGuardia, and wherever the other one is. No one ever goes to.
Teterboro.
They have a demo. They have a demo on their website too. I just saw that in the description. So if you want to give it a try before dropping the $20, you can.
First rotate MD-11 cockpit preview screenshots. This one's submitted by Mr. Sparksmudge, and it has a Sky 5. So really cool feature on the website now, and this is where we ask for your participation, viewers of these videos that we assemble. You can now head over to the website during the week and push stories up in Sky 5s so that we cover them in detail at the end of the week. To do so, just head over to a story that you like and smack the Sky 5 button. Let's give Sparky one now, shall we? Ta-da! All set. So anytime you find a post, a good reply, a helpful reply, or a good initial post with a story you want to see, give it a Sky 5. It'll climb up higher in the ladder, which will give it a higher chance of being covered on approach. Let's move on with the story. The MD-11 by Rotate. This is incredible. Yes. Sparky, go on.
Oh man, I had to change my underwear. These are work in progress.
Explain.
These are work in progress. Explain. Yeah, Rotate is explain. They don't do anything else. This I'm going to throw all my money at. I don't care.
That's good.
I'm about to throw my money at the screen, bro.
They throw me $800 for this. I'm throwing my money at it. I just look at just those two screenshots. There's only two they released, and they're work in progress screenshots. And it's just like, I need this.
On my monitor, it's the perfect size. It's the exact size it would be like in real life to put your hand on it. And I can just feel it. I can feel that.
Yeah.
This is why in like I estimate about 5 years we're gonna be on X-Plane. Like X-Plane is gonna skyrocket like it never did. Because of that. You can't get that on P3D right now. That PBR, the feel, the way it's designed, and I guess the animations are all smooth and buttery beautiful, and it's just, dude, it's an MD-11. Come on, man.
I don't argue with
more than that.
I really can't wait on that right hand side to dial in that dialer flaps 10 and just punch it and just go, I'm back in an MD-11. Fuck you, Pmdg, for dropping it, bastards.
You know, I don't argue with you. Your comment about the future and X-Plane, it's hard to argue with, man. Like, going 64-bit is a beautiful thing for P3D. Don't get me wrong. It's great. We're all celebrating. We love it. But honestly, like, that's only the very first step they needed to take for a lot more changes that have to happen to really close the gap on that game. Otherwise, like you said, X-Plane is just going to keep going. And it's going to skyrocket, bro. Because they're moving forward so hardcore right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. The development has never been faster on the Laminar research platform.
Exactly. It's never been faster. It's never been stronger.
It's absolutely insane.
It's crazy. Let's check out the next shot. Oh, come on, man.
Dude. We've came to a point where we can't see the actual pixels on the writing, right?
Yeah.
If you remember the MD-11 on FSX or FS 2004, when you looked at the text, it's all pixelated. Now we just don't see the pixels anymore. We've reached that point, and I'm wondering in 10 years how that plane will age and what's going to be the next technology in 10 years, because I can't see anything better than what this is right now.
I tell you what, looking at these shots and how beautiful it looks, if they screw the sound pack up on this, I am gonna. Whoa.
That would be nuts, huh?
Yeah. Sure.
Every detail.
Every single one of them. The screws,
every cut.
They have screw heads. Yeah.
Yeah, look at the pin that holds on this flip lid. The pin is in there, and it's cut at the right angle for it to be like a receded lid. The flat edges on this, switch here. I mean, they didn't have to do that. It could have easily just been, let's make a round cylinder. Let's make a round cylinder. It's in a round hole.
I feel like they busted the FSX ESP polygon limits like 2 or 3 times over doing that. You know, that could not be on FSX or P3D just because of the polygon.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's insane.
Thank you, Spark Smudge, for the story.
Yeah, bring it on, Rotate. Bring it on.
Fixed switching textures in OpenLC South America. This one posted by me. So I had a really interesting issue with OpenLC South America. When I installed it, I loved it, don't get me wrong, but I started to notice very quickly that in some regions, I had textures that were straight up switching beneath me. This is the exact same shot from the exact same position. Didn't move. And as you can see, like the tiles were changing beneath me. Now, I had seen this issue before, and I think that I reinstalled Global or something like that, and it fixed it. But I had never really gone to the forums to actually say, hey, what's wrong? So this time I did. I headed over to Orbx, armed with information, and you know, my latitude, my longitude. This was right out of outside of La Paz, and you know, my scenery library, ordered the whole 9. And there was a post there by Nick Cooper, who dropped a golden nugget. Go to the libraries, go to user documents, versions, and delete FTX AA Orbx libs.txt. So that tells FTX, FTX Central 3 that you don't have the libraries installed. Run Central again, and then it will think you don't have the libraries installed, and it'll reinstall the libraries. Bro, fixed. In minutes. Reinstall the new libraries, all fixed, man. Sky5 this, bro. Everybody needs a Sky5 this. This is golden, because this happens. I've seen it before. I saw it with Australia, I think it was.
I've had it that happened before, and obviously installing the libraries is a lot quicker than reinstalling global.
Yeah, most definitely, super fast. So Nick Cooper, right on, dude. Submitted by Biarzed, SimElite Solutions Time Zone Fixer. Can you tell us a little bit about this, Mr. Biarzed?
Yeah, I was on Avsim the other day. I was looking at unread things, and I stumbled upon this thing. There is a BGL file in the sim that dictates what the time zones are, and they are outdated, probably just as outdated as the airways and the air control areas, control zones, and stuff like that. So it's not kept up to date, and that thing changes a lot, more than a lot of people can think. Edson had an issue for a while where he would always be 1 hour off.
Thank you, Ultimate Traffic Live.
Yeah, so they changed the time zone, probably an outdated version 2.
Yep.
But that product promises to update itself every year, so you have time zones that are valid every year. I don't know how that compares to FS Real Time, because I know a lot of people are using that software. And they also have, I think, a time zone file or something. But I found this, and I found this very interesting. It's a payware, so you have to pay for it. I don't know the price. I haven't checked, but it's very, very cool for the people who are very anal about time zones.
I did end up scooping it up. I
hope it's very, very cheap if you only use it once a year.
Well, no, you don't. So it's $12. It's $12. They're giving a discount right now of $6. I think normal price is $18. I did scoop this up, and the reason I scooped this up is because there was a time when my P3D involved little flights in this green area, or little flights in this orange area, or little flights in this red area. But now, with the removal of the fear of out-of-memory errors, my flights now can finally begin to involve flights from this blue area to this orange area, and things like that. So the problem seems to be that the sim doesn't do a good job of switching your time zones in flight. It's the in-flight portion that it sucks at changing your time zones in. And for the people that follow real-world routes and scenarios and stuff for VAs and things like that, like they want to land at the correct real time or real-time zone. And the sim doesn't do a great job. This, like Kevin says, promises to fix that. So I did end up scooping it up. It's $12. It'll help in some way, in many ways. And updates every year.
But is it a one, you run it once and that's it, done? Or is it something you like FS real time you've got to have running in the background?
No, you run it once. It replaces the file with whatever file it created. And I think it's not going to auto update. I think the developer has promised to update it. I don't think it's going to auto update in any way, shape, or form because there's no exe to launch or anything. It's just, I've dropped the data in there, you're good.
So as I said, it's something you use once a year.
Yeah, but you use it every
once a
day.
year.
You update it once a year, but you use it every single time you fly. That table is now in my sim and accurate. So he gives lots of scenarios for the time nerds. Head over to the website SimElite.com and check out this page. He really does give a lot of examples, and this really is for the time nerds. Flight Sim World trueSKY update. This one's submitted by Miss Alpha Fox Sierra from Dovetail Games with 3 Sky 5s. Yeah, let's check it out.
Yeah, so the morning they published it, and actually they had a live stream on Twitch to show the update with the trueSKY thing. And they actually released the update before doing the stream, so people could grab their little paws on it and try it. And in the morning when I woke up, I saw it was released. The first thing I did is team viewer it into my computer from my bed and started downloading it from Steam to make sure that after my shower it was ready to go. And I started a little stream. I tried it with you guys in the chat, and it looks, from some angles, it looks absolutely breathtaking.
That's incredible.
It's insane. Insanity. Clouds never look that good in the sim. They still have a few things to fix. They still have a few glitches in it. But it's going to get sorted out by them, so it's going to be all good in a few updates.
Yeah, the cloud motion was way too quick.
Yeah, it's a bit too exaggerated. The resolution also, the resolution also is not that good, but it's definitely better than what we had. And I think Laminar Research should take note on that because the clouds are very good.
So they definitely acknowledged that they do have to fix the animation.
Yeah,
I think it's one of the very first things they said was that the animation was just off. So that was acknowledged. The other thing that I noticed was what you said was the quality of the textures. What's weird and scary is that people are already reporting very poor frame performance out of the sim. And when you start releasing things like this, like you're directly adding to frame hit. Clouds and rendering of clouds and rendering of fog layers and stuff. That's direct impact on frames. They're gonna have to hit that stage of optimization real soon. Because the last time that I tried Flight Sim World, it's beautiful, but the performance wasn't there, and I didn't have the time to go in and start tuning. But out of the box, the performance wasn't 110%. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the first build that they released as alpha, the very first version had the trueSKY folder in it. So they've been toying around for a little bit already. And they tuned the performance, they tuned the look, they tuned a lot of things already. But they still have a long way to go. And I think they know that, and it's still going to work in that direction. I mean, we started from FSX with very poor performance. Even this week, I tried to run FSX, and I had worse performance than I had on P3D. You know, and P3D has a lot more stuff in it. So there's a lot of tuning to be done, and they still have a lot of catching up to do. But they definitely are going in the right direction. They really are. We had doubts earlier on, but that looks good, and that's the right thing they should be working on. That's exactly what they should be working on.
That's a good point, man. So when sorry, Mr. B, go ahead.
Yeah, it's free of charge as well. You're not buying a weather add-on. That's part of the package, you know? I mean, you talk about value.
Yeah, but they changed the clouds. They don't change the weather engine per se. It's not better than it was before. It's just different clouds.
So in discussions with other members in the patrons lounge and stuff, you know, there were the typical comments of like, oh, well, it still can't do this. Like it's not ever gonna be X-Plane, or it's not ever gonna be, you know, P3D. Well, that's fine, but like really think about what they're doing right now, right? Like their angle is to not create what everyone else has already done. They're smarter than that. They're smart enough to say, let's do all the shit that no one has done. Let's give them rain on the windshield. Check. They're the only ones doing that out of the box right now. Right? Let's give them the most beautiful clouds you can imagine. Out of the box. Check. Let's give them
64-bit.
64-bit. Check. Let's give them passengers and load. Check. You know, interaction through the clouds, so the planes get an additional amount of drag through the clouds. If you don't tune it right, if things aren't set correctly, if you don't check the weather, the clouds will affect the way that the plane flies. Check for that experience. I mean, like, they're doing all the things that none of the other sims have to offer right now. Then, when they're comfortable sitting in the top of the castle, they're gonna start to build on everything else everyone else has done. That's the way to do it. You come in stealthy. You become the big fish in the little pond. And then you transfer over into the big pond with the other fish, and you're not the little fish in the big pond. You're a big enough fish to stand on your own. And I think that's what they're doing, and I fucking love it. Like, I love it.
Yeah, and also,
this has a future.
You got to understand, it's not aimed for us. This isn't for us. This is for the new guy that, you know, is getting into flight sim.
What I think they're doing is they're going to be building up the world so that we can then get a new aircraft or something and fly in this already constructed world. When we buy P3D or X-Plane, we have to build the world ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think this is what they're doing. You know, they're getting the canvas ready, and then we can, I fancy that plane. Let's have that plane, and you're in a ready constructed world.
Can I just say something as well? There was the fear about the DLC in Steam. Well, I know for a fact that Drzewiecki design will go directly into FS World now, and so will UK 2000.
UK 2000, it's already there. Yeah.
To FS World as well.
Yeah, their installers, their general installers ask you if you want to put it in Dovetail Flight Sim. Yeah.
Yeah. So the developers will have the freedom, and that's the best thing I think they could have done, is open up the possibilities to distribute outside of the Steam store. We all feared that at the beginning, but I think either they learned or either they already had that plan before or whatever. But thank you, Dovetail. Thank you so much.
Seriously, they're pushing the envelope. Keep going, man. Cut right through the hate. Just keep going. FlyTampa hints at Atlanta KATL. So, over on the website, FlyTampa is known for hinting at new products with a yellow dot. Well, there's now a new one, Atlanta. So this is exciting and interesting because Taxi to Gate, right, has the KATL already.
They got that covered.
They got that covered. It is nice, but ATL by Taxi to Gate is kind of frame heavy. And FlyTampa is known for making very elaborate sceneries that are very frame easy. So that's going to be an interesting decision once they put out KATL. Let's look at their.
It's gonna have to be one I'm gonna have to look at because I've already got it.
Yeah.
Technically, So do I want to buy it again?
Just trying to look at some of their photos, but they don't open.
I wish they would get their V4 installers sorted out so that people like me who are bloody dinosaurs can actually install their scenery into V4 without having to have a degree in bloody.
You can't you can't interact with the website because they are lazy ass developers and they don't.
Right. That's right.
That's right.
Lazy ass developers. FlyTampa. You almost.
They removed it.
Yeah, they did. It's gone. That's gone. So cool. We'll see, man. Time will tell. Time will tell. As soon as there are some preview photos, we'll definitely be covering that as well.
What's the other yellow dot?
Looks like Florida somewhere, doesn't
Is
it?
that Washington?
No, it wasn't Washington. It was Las Vegas. Remember, Las Vegas.
No, that's not Vegas. No, look at the map again. Look at the map.
There's no other yellow dot.
Just above Florida, there's a yellow dot.
That's Atlanta.
What about the other yellow dot?
That's Atlanta. That's Las Vegas.
That's not Vegas. Vegas ain't there.
That's Vegas. Yes, it's
Is
there.
it?
I forgot you guys are in the UK.
I thought Vegas was more further north than that.
No, that's Vegas. That's Las Vegas, and that's Atlanta.
You got to bear in mind that the UK would probably fit inside one of them dots.
No, I wonder. The DCS F-18. Papa G says more of a study level airplane than the 810C. Let's have a peek at Gaming Nexus. Oh dear, Sparky, any thoughts?
This is another one that made me change my underwear. This is definitely a must for me. I'm a DCS guy, and it's definitely a must. Yeah, they do say this is going to be the new A10. I mean, it's going to be absolutely, they're throwing everything at this. It's going to be every system, everything's going to be accurate to the T, and it looks beautiful.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it does. Holy
moly!
Oh my gosh!
So insane.
Oh, can Pmdg just start developing for DCS already?
The only thing is, it's an F-18. I wish it was an F-16.
They're so unstable, these birds. Oh god! Now all the
we
military,
have those in Canada.
Now all the military nuts are gonna be like, "It's not unstable. It's the most stable aircraft." And
beautiful.
When you talk about military jets, like people play hardcore favorites in military jets.
I'd sit around going around that plane all day, just looking.
I would too.
Just looking at it.
And look at the ground
DCS
textures.
It's out of this league. It's just insane. Insane.
Man. Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. Oh man. But I hear with DCS, like you've got to do VR, right? Like it's got to be VR in DCS because you're dogfighting. You want to look around.
Yeah. You don't need VR. If you got Track IR or something like that, it's fine. It does help. But I mean, I've been in DCS for a long time now, and the only thing I've really got to hang on is the helicopters. I'm rubbish in the planes, I really am. But this one, I think I would sit and just play with this one forever and just get it right. I got quite proficient in the A10 eventually, and now I've kind of forgotten what to do.
I just want to point out. I just want to point out that if he was taxiing that plane in P3D, doing that turn, it probably would have tipped over on the wing,
flipped over. Yeah, but I think. Do you know what I like about DCS?
The dynamics seem to be real nice on the ground.
Do you know what I like about DCS though, as a simulator, Mr. Edson?
What's that?
It's a good simulator, and you can shoot people.
Yeah. Yeah. My gosh,
Right.
look at that. That looks insane,
That's
man.
nice.
Oh, that
The
water.
water.
Come on, that's video, dude. That's like live video. That shot. Chase plane for DCS.
You have to. I have to.
They don't need it.
I have to do a DCS stream at some point. I know Mr. Buck Nadic wants to do some joint flying in DCS, so we're gonna have to sort out a stream at some point.
Look at the vortices on this thing.
Oh my gosh, dude.
They have the perfection. The heat haze behind the engine.
That's perfect.
All is perfect.
It's not the cheesy
It's just
X-Plane
this.
one. I don't like the X-Plane one. I'm not a
You don't
fan.
need add-ons on that game, on that sim. It's not even a game. You don't need add-ons on it. It's just perfect out of the box.
You know
That's how
what
a
though?
sim should be
You
built.
said honestly though, does that fact right there make this a game? Is a sim something that we have to bolt together? And is a game something that's here it is?
No,
Because when you think
it
about
crosses
it-
the line.
When you think about it though, look at let's say Forza Horizon. What if we needed to buy clouds in that, or buy better roads, or buy better trees? We don't, so it's a game. But in FSX and P3D, we had to buy better everything, so it's like it's a sim.
If you look at Project Cars, it's a driving simulator. If you look at Gran Turismo, it's a driving simulator. If you look at Forza Motorsport, it's a driving simulator.
Yeah.
And none of them have support for add-ons.
Yeah.
But there are sims still. A simulator is something that's, by definition, is close to reality. And it's made to mimic the reality. Forza Horizon is not made to mimic reality.
So
It
maybe
really
this is a
isn't.
better comparison. Maybe it's like saying DCS is the Apple of the industry, right? It's an environment that is completely vetted, tested to work together, built for you, packaged and handed over,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah,
bring the
that
user
could be.
experience.
Yeah,
Yeah, that could be it.
it's Apple to Android.
Yeah.
You know, it just works.
Yeah, that's true. And it's free.
Interesting.
I was just going to say, just to let everybody know that DCS, the initial program is free, and you get 3 planes with it.
Nice.
So if you don't have it and you're interested in it, go scoop it up. You can get it on Steam, download it, install it, fly it.
BT77 posts about Emerald scenery design with OneSky 5. We have a developer that has put out some really nice payware and freeware for FSX and P3D versions 1 through 4. Airports include Bear Island in Florida, Alond Island, looks like some mesh as well, and an object library. Let's have a peek. Get close.
So far, that looks nice.
Whoa, look at that coverage.
Oh, yeah.
That almost
I love
doesn't
when-
look like FSX or P3D almost.
I love when developers are doing islands because they can really create the experience they want to create without transitions.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's
all.
independent.
Yeah,
Went
totally
and took
independent.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
God, look at this strip. Oh, I'm buying this.
That's Orbx quality.
Oh, you said it was freeware.
So pretty. They make freeware and payware.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
that's beautiful. That is beautiful.
They should have taken that video without the clouds though, because we don't see much otherwise.
That's $10. Yes, very nice. Let's look at their freeware, shall we? Bear Island, Allen Island, Swavanano, Idaho Airstrip Package. Ooh, Idaho is beautiful for Cub Clubs. Ooh, let's have a peek. Let's have a peek. This is just like a dirt airstrip package.
With a caravan.
Yeah. That's cool though, to have some independent, like, you know, little private dirt strips and stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool. And free. Let's look at some of their more elaborate. So this is Bear Island.
Doesn't
Ooh.
Turbulent Designs do Bear Island?
No.
Who's the other one? There's somebody else does Bear Island.
Really?
Yeah.
That's basic quality, but it's very, very, very good for freeware.
Yeah, that's real nice. It's just good to add some strips, man. These are great. Lovely.
Yeah.
And an open hanger. Perfect. You might be thinking Big Bear.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Big Bear. That's pretty.
Looks like there's been some toxic dumping done there.
Yeah.
I love this.
Send Steve in.
I really like these. I'm such
Does
a
that
fan
slope
of strips
one way?
like this.
Yeah, look,
No.
up and down.
It is
Yeah, look
bumpy.
at it,
Yeah,
it's
it's bumpy. Mm-hmm.
It's gonna make for good landings.
Cool. Very, very cool. As far as payware goes, they've got quite a few payware as well. Look at that.
Oh,
The atoll.
the island.
Yes. And then some custom mesh as well for Colorado. Oh, that's nice. And Guam.
Wow.
Very nice. We really appreciate that, BT. Thank you for that. Take a Sky 5. Airport CEO early access trailer. This one posted by Mr. Sparksmudge. So this is a new airport tycoon game. I guess similar to SimCity. Is that right, Mr. Sparks?
Yeah, I saw this and I thought of you. To be honest with you, I saw this and I went, Edson's gonna love this when he's traveling and he can't take his Sim PC with him and he's just got his laptop.
Yes.
He'll love this.
Yes, indeed. Oh, you can pick your hair color. New York International Airport. Let's see.
You actually build the airport. You build it, so
wow.
that's gonna be fun.
Oh, there's some pre-made tiles. Oh, wow. Look at that. Little men with boxes build everything. Holy moly. Yeah, you're building every piece.
Even they have dynamic lighting. Oh, the snow.
And the snow. Did you see the snow?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you build the schedules and everything? Oh my gosh. Oh my god, bag
Luggages.
scanning? What the heck? Bathroom? Did you see the doodle on the floor? What the heck? Look!
Oh my god.
My man is cut. That's definitely the men's room.
That's attention to details, though. That's very good.
Oh, this is fun. This looks cool, man.
How much is it?
I don't know. Early
Early
access
access.
title on Steam.
Right.
They have the right
It must
KLM blue
not be
there.
expensive. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
Next story is a pretty big one. Robert Randazzo, Pmdg CEO owner, sets the record straight on a user modifying VC textures. This one covers a story over on a Facebook group. We have protected the user by simply changing his name to his or her name to Bob. So basically, he created high definition textures for the 737 virtual cockpit. But let's carry on with the reply that Mr. Robert Randazzo drops in. And I think this is where the gold is in this whole thing, because what I'm saying is I'm not arguing one way or another. I'm saying that the pitchforks came out so strong against Pmdg for this. It was an immediate fucking ignition of gasoline in this thread of people saying, you know, fuck Pmdg, this, that. And I felt like you. I was like, no, not fuck Pmdg. They didn't do anything wrong here. Telling this guy to stop protecting their intellectual property isn't doing anything wrong. So Mr. Randazzo comes in after it goes on for some time, and I'm going to try and get through this here as quick as I can, but I feel that every word here has some really solid weight. He posts, I know it's not fun to have someone add facts to a good old-fashioned poop fest, but please allow me. PMDG has always invited users to be creative with our products, but we require that any modifications outside of liveries be cleared with us in advance so that we can provide guidance to avoid unanticipated negative impact to our customer base. And we have requirements under our license with Boeing to protect their brand image that we must adhere to. Let's really pull this sentence apart, right? Very valid points. What if this person releases textures that are fucking 5K at ultra mega high resolution? They're popular, they look good in his screenshots, people install them, all of a sudden frames start getting hit, PMDG support starts going up because people are saying my frames are fucked up. It takes 3 days to figure out they changed the VC's textures. That's a problem. That's a big problem. I completely understand and support their logic here. I get it. It makes absolute sense. I don't think anyone has an argument against that. It will absolutely generate more work for them. It can. Additionally, protecting the brand, both theirs and Boeing, very important. He continues, when I saw Bob talking about modifying files that are owned by and remain private intellectual property of PMDG, I reached out to him personally to let him know we are here to help him. I told him precisely how to get approval to distribute his work, and even chatted with him a bit about the reasons behind our requirements for approval. Bob was pleasant and seemed to appreciate the direct contact, and he did in fact reach out to us as instructed yesterday morning. Excellent. This shows the other side of that pitchfork, right? PMDG actually tried to get this stuff to go through the correct red tape in order to get it released to the public.
Yeah, I mean,
But
yeah.
there
At
was a
least he's tried to
disconnect.
help him. He's tried to help him through the through the ins and outs, which is great.
At this point, everyone in that thread that talked shit has shut their mouth. That's it. There's nothing more you can say. PMDG tried to help. So Mr. Randazzo carries on. For reasons only known to Bob, a few hours later, he more or less posted "screw PMDG," quote, and started handing out a file that contains property owned by PMDG. I know there are quite a few folks who like to pretend they know a lot of stuff about law, but the bottom line is what Bob did was a violation of our EULA, a violation of US and EU law, and it subjects him to liability. I know this because we have some very well-paid lawyers to advise us on such topics, and because I've turned a few folks upside down while protecting PMDG intellectual property in the past. It is unpleasant. I don't enjoy it, but sometimes I don't get to decide how it gets handled.
Oh, hold on.
That's
Hold on.
dropping the mic.
That last line where he said, have turned a few folks upside down while protecting PMDG's intellectual property in the past, I feel directly affected by this. Because when we started developing the 777 immersion pack, we tried to contact PMDG 6 times via different various ways of communication, right? They all failed. We were like, we're just going to release it. If they have something against it, they'll contact us. Well, their lawyers contacted us. You know?
They're well-paid lawyers, bro. Get it straight.
Yeah, well, actually, no, it was Robert telling us that he was transferring the file to the lawyers, right? So, but there were some screw-ups in the emails not going through spam filters, so that was a big mess that we eventually sorted out. But the exact same thing happened to us because we were not persistent enough in trying to reach them for the proper permissions. And yeah, I totally
and it's amazing, right? Like this kid got in touch with him like this. Like it's amazing. He was
already
ready.
in contact with. Yeah, exactly. And I don't know the details of what PMDG told him to distribute his file. What was required for it?
Apparently, PMDG doesn't have the details as to why he more or less posted screw and posted it on his own, right? Like he went on his own. So he continues. Now, tonight I received an apology from Bob. What he did was wrong, and it was also baffling to all of us at PMDG. We were trying to help him, and he slapped our hand away for no apparent reason. Sometimes in these situations, we simply turn such an offense over to legal for handling. Other times,
American, right?
Yeah, exactly. Other times we try to find a way to hit the reset button so a fellow can undo a mistake and get back on path.
Like we did.
None of you have the right to know the contents of my personal conversation with Bob, but in order to quell some of the stupid commentary taking place by uninformed participants in this discussion, I'll tell you that PMDG have thanked Bob for his apology and asked that he get back to us with his work so that we can get back to the task at hand, which was to review it and help him make a contribution to the community. So yes, there it is. Those horrible guys at PMDG trying to help a fellow undo a stupid mistake because he has something of value to add. Don't you hate it when we don't live up to all the darts and vinegar? We are part of the community too, and every member of this team started out by modding work created by someone else. Don't ever forget that. We certainly don't.
Amen.
Wow. Project xtune 1.01. This is interesting. This is for X-Plane, posted by Ivana. Look at that. So it is with great pleasure today that I announce a freeware project, xtune for X-Plane 11. New clouds, textures, shadow, and color. No, way more than that. New sky colors, improved shadow clouds in cockpit, enhances autogen, enhances lights, enhances contrast, removes jagged lines from water, enhances reflections on water. There's that ugly reflection that you might be used to already, Mr. B.
To be because it's the cigar.
The cigar reflection, that's exactly it. Optimized for NOAA weather, optimized for X and Vero, optimized for SkyMax. Let's have a peek.
It's just optimized for everything then. It's an easy claim to make. I'm sorry, but it's true.
Yeah.
Better frame rates? Yeah, right. It's textures, bro.
Bro, look at these colors though.
Yeah, they look good. They do look good.
Those clouds, bro.
I'm sorry, but no. After seeing Flight Sim World, everything else is shit.
It's all cool.
Especially their snow. God, that snow was good.
What snow?
In the Flight Sim World.
Oh, okay. I thought about an X-Plane. There's no snow in X-Plane.
Burn. Got him.
Nice.
That water looks good. I think Per was using a modification for water this week.
Go back to water.
Really improved it. I wonder if it was this one.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, but those waves look like 12 feet tall.
Yeah, they look insanely big. Look at the sailboat and look at how big the wave is. These sailboats would not be out on this water.
Anyway, just an observation.
Maybe they're the little baby boats that they put into the water with a candle.
Right, no, it's not.
Pretty nice, man, and free. Vatsim about to get a codec overhaul. 5 out of 5, you say? This one spotted on Twitter by Ivana. New voice codec is in the process of being updated. So VatSimCon was this past week, and it sounds like it's going to be a new voice codec. Yeah, sounds like.
It's the first update in 25 years, I guess. It's been a long time overdue.
Roger Wilco is no more, hopefully.
Oh, you don't like it, Sparks?
Well, what would you prefer, Mr. Edson? Would you prefer FedEx 275 turn left base onto
Oh God, cover your ears.
or
FedEx 275 left 233.
now which would you prefer? Come on.
Amazing.
Totally get that. Yeah,
Totally
it's
get it.
true. It's absolutely true. The audio sounds terrible on Vatsim right now, and I guess if you have a clear voice going into the client now, they will be able to put some post filters on it to actually sound like VHF. That's actually readable compared to what they have right now. It's a very good thing that they're doing right now.
It's time for the clip of the week. And this week, clipped by me, we have Biarzed, Energon Cube in Flight Sim World plus trueSKY. Let's have a peek at this one. So, Mr. Kevin spotted this floating cube in Flight Sim World and decided
in the middle
to
of
get
the cabin.
very curious. And look at that.
Can you imagine the mass of the thing?
The entire plane. It's the entire damn plane's textures in this like 1" by 1" cube in Flight Sim World. And it's just floating in the middle of the plane. So does anyone have any info on what that could be? Is it actually like a reference texture thing, or
It's a reference. Yeah, it's a reference block. There is actually one. If you load up your Pmdg, Mr. Edson, in the top left-hand corner, there's a little dot.
Yeah, that dot.
That's the reference block.
Really?
Yes. If you actually close that little white dot, it will crash the whole sim.
Look at that then. That's wicked. That's wicked.
Yeah, I guess they probably use that for the bump map and to do some mapping or some texture stuff. But it's funny to see it in the sim. I compared it to Thor's hammer with all the mass in it of the plane.
Continue to make these clips. I see a lot of wonderful new names here. We got Kenworth, we got Gibbon, we got Langdon making clips. When we're live, twitch.tv/theskylounge. Hit that clip button if we do something funny or something stupid. Please hit that clip button down in the lower right hand corner and let's see if we can make it the clip of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, due to the length of the main stories this week, the worth mentioning section will be only available in the show notes below. A couple new things over on the skylounge.tv. A new perk, the Battlefield Iris Airlifter for patrons has now been uploaded. This is a beautiful mobile air operations unit plane of ours with a custom livery, including vinyl on the top that spins with an episode of On Approach on it. We've got On Approach here on the yoke as well, live and in charge. There we go. Sky Lounge Records. We have some cool songs on here. We've got Ready for Takeoff. We've got She's a Localizer. We've got number 4. Track number 4 is the Go Around. There you go, man. This is a fun one. It's absolutely gorgeous. A huge thanks to Canuck Shaw for kicking this out. It's a beautiful plane to fly. It works great in V4. Run out and grab it. It's now available in the Patrons Club. Additionally, this one goes out to everyone. Hurricane Hunters Club is now open. It's open season. The season's about to ramp up really strong. We're already seeing some tropical storms. It's time to go hurricane hunting. And we have built an entire section of the site for this. You'll find it under flying. So you have the touring club, the Cub Club, and you have the Hurricane Hunters Club. This also comes with a custom livery that we did for the NOAA team. Look at this beauty. That is also for the airlifter. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up episode 30 of On Approach. Thanking each and every one of you for the views, the likes, the subscribes. Make sure to head over to the site during the week and check out the stories that are building up, and Sky5 the ones you want to see on approach. Until next time, Sky5s.
63, climb maintain 13 down.
13,000, Tempo 63.
63, contact the New York Center 128.3.
28.3, Tempo 63, good day.